Hello, welcome to Reach the International. Today we will talk about something that happened before Russia invaded Ukrainian territory. So something that when we analyze, it creates a question in our head. It's a lie or it's a war strategy? Basically, what happened before the Russia invaded Ukrainian territory, it was a kind of many updates and many information rolling around. So let's see this. The tension between Ukraine and Russia was escalating in a point that the Russian government sent nearby the Ukraine territory an estimated number of more than 90,000 soldiers. And of course this movement has shocked the world because with this situation, with this tension between these two countries, move this much of number, this much of soldiers, it made people believe, it led people to think that any attack was something very possible and that would happen soon because these two countries have a problem. They are in a little political conflict, but then one side move across to another side an estimated number of more than 90,000 soldiers, and of course it shocked the world and led the Ukrainian people in a max alert. And USA has informed to the Ukrainian government and to the world that probably attack from Russia's side would happen. But what happened? What was the Russian position after all these accusations? Of course, the Russia has denied this information, and remember that we're talking about before the invasion has occurred. So the Russia side, after receiving this accusation from the United States of America, the accusation of maybe have been preparing an invasion or an attack against Ukraine, the Russia has denied, and they denied saying that those military there, the military nearby the Ukraine territory, the Ukraine border, they was there for a military exercise. So once again, so this time we have an accusation and then a denial. So it happened, the tension between these two countries was escalating, sometime accusation coming and going. So what happened next? Day 12 of February, we had a phone conversation between the President Joe Biden from United States of America and the President Vladimir Putin from Russia. They discussed a lot of points of the last negotiation that they made. So it was the unsucceeded negotiation. So in this conversation, in this cell phone conversation between these two presidents, the President Vladimir Putin once again talked about this accusation of being preparing a kind of invasion or a kind of attack against the Ukraine territory. So once again, he denied these accusations, saying that the military nearby the border with Ukraine or the border of Ukraine, they was just there for a military exercise. And the President Putin has increased saying that the information saying that those military that we're seeing around, those military that we're seeing nearby the Ukraine border, they're there to protect not only to the military exercise, but to protect the Russian border against the approach of NATO in Ukraine. So once again, he denied this accusation and this possible attack from Russia's side against the Ukraine. So deny saying that once again that the military nearby was there for a military exercise. So after a few days, something nice happened. Something nice, we say nice because it was something that people would like to happen, but it was information that did not happen for real. In day 15 February 2022, the Russian Ministry of Defense has informed that soon the military, this estimated number of 90,000 soldiers of Russia nearby the Ukraine territory, they will be removed and back to the official post far from the Ukraine soldier, saying that the military exercise was coming to the end. So this military would be removed back to the official post. So we have this information. We have this information in day 15 February. It was a nice information. People was waiting this. They was waiting to see this happening. They was willing to believe and accept the reality that this military was really there for a military exercise. So this was they was expecting, and the Ministry of Defense of Russia say that this military will be removed so the world could be breathing again, because the tension was escalating in a high point. So there is an incredible thing. Just 2 days after announce this information, after the Ministry of Defense of Russia, after they announced this information, just 2 days, Ukraine, NATO and USA has informed and has noticed that no single Russia soldier have leave this position, but also they increase it. We see that before we have an estimated number of more than 90,000 Russian soldiers, but now, day 70 February, we have more than 100,000 soldiers. You see how the number has increased. We had more than an estimated more than 90,000, but we have more than 100,000. Some sources say that there was about 115,000 Russian soldiers. This is too much. And once again, United States come and say that this number doesn't match for military exercise, and once again say that the Russia was preparing an invasion or an attack. Some of those. So we have these changes, these accusations, and these denials. We have this information in general. We have this information rolling around, and this information, when we analyze it, it make a question. It make a question in our mind. Why is Russia making these movements, but when they're being accused, they deny? Of course, it's not easy to accept an accusation, but the United States of America, NATO, and Ukraine, they wasn't making up this history. They was made an accusation, showing the fact, having the proof of these movements. The spy, the intelligence, have found information that proved that an attack or any invasion was something possible. But when this accusation come up, the Russia come to and then deny it, saying that this movements was just about an exercise, and protection of the Russia border. So after all this information we have, something come up in our head. What was that? It's a lie, or is it a war strategy? So before I give you an answer, and remember, this answer is not an answer from a Russia side or something. It's just a point of view. We receive this information, we analyze. When I say we, I'm talking about me and I'm talking about you. We receive this information and then we analyze. So I'm sharing with you my point of view after having this old information, analyze them, and according to what really happened, because Russia gave one information of military exercise, of non-invasion, but in the end Russia has invaded the Ukraine territory. So after having these information, this is my opinion. Yes, it's a lie, and yes, it's a military strategy. But first of all, we need to understand that this is war. We're talking about war. We're talking about a critical situation. Of course, no one will tell the real plan to the enemy, not even to someone else, because it's a plan. If you tell someone else your plan, you're running risks. So I believe that both of options are right, a lie and a military strategy. We are in the age of information. The information can be modified and used as a weapon of war. And I see that this is what really happened. Because I believe that Russia has decided to invade Ukraine many months ago, or years, or maybe weeks. But I believe that they decided this invasion but times ago. So they was just buying some time with this negotiation, because as can we see in negotiations that Russia made with NATO or with United States of America, every single negotiation that they made was something that the things that they were requesting, the things that they were asking to stop with the escalation against Ukraine was something that doesn't make sense, something impossible to receive. It was basically asking to the end of NATO in Europe. It's something that cannot be done. It's something that is not done because a country just asked it. It's impossible. So Russia know the what was asking was something that cannot receive. So I believe that this was a play. This play was about to distraction and win some time, because we see that they already have this plan. So the plan needed to be completed. So they was just buying some time. But this is not something new. This is about using fake news, transform information into a war weapon. So I will give you one reference. I will take you back to the time and show you one time that is happened, and the similarity, the way these countries or this military use the information as a war weapon. So let's back in the time in 1943, the time of World War II. What happened in 1943? The Allies has put a lot of effort to make a fake news, to transform information as a weapon against the Nazis Germany. So they needed to recover French, if I'm not wrong. If I'm wrong, I just say sorry. They needed to recover French from the Nazis Germany. So what really happened? They put a huge effort on making fake news to make the Nazis Germany believe that the Allies would be attacking a position called Pas de Calais. So while the original position of the invasion would be in Normandy, so they put a huge effort on the fake news that the Nazis Germany believed. They even make a false troops nearby the Pas de Calais. So when the Nazis Germany spy was doing their job, they confirmed that in the position of Pas de Calais there was many vehicles, there was many troops there, but there was just a fake troops. There was just a fake vehicle. None of this vehicle was a real vehicle. All of them were fake vehicle. They were just called the fake army. So the fake army was just there to make the Germany believe that the soldiers were ready to attack the Pas de Calais. But the original position, as I said before, was the Normandy. So believing or not, they put a huge effort on this, that the Nazis Germany believe, making the leader, the Mr. H, I cannot talk the name here to avoid some strike. So the leader just believed, and he concentrated a lot of military, a lot of troops nearby Pas de Calais to receive the Allies. But the real plan, the original position was in Normandy. They believe in this fake news. They put a lot of effort on this fake news, and then they believe in it. So I think that this is what Russia has applied. They had the plan, but they needed some time. So they didn't really make a fake news, but they just make a little distortion with the information, just to let the people relax, because people was afraid of an invasion. Everyone is afraid of invasion, even if you're not in Ukraine. You're afraid of invasion because in the end we will feel it. Even in economy side, we will feel it. So in not only in economy side, in a humanitarian side too. So everyone was afraid of this invasion. So what Russia did was a brilliant play. Was a brilliant play, analyzing not in a humanitarian side, but as a strategy was something nice. Because when United States come up and accuse Russia of concentrating this much of military nearby the Ukraine border, saying that this was a possible attack, and there will be a possible attack or possible invasion, people stay alert, people stay scared, because this probably is a war coming up there. But when Russia, the leader of Russia, come up, Mr. President Putin, when he come up and deny this information, saying that we won't invade no one, and then saying that those military there are not for they are not there for an invasion or attack. This is just a military exercise. Of course, those people stay relaxed. The people stay relaxed because he is the leader, saying that he is not planning no attack. They're just there for military exercises. So people just low down their guard. I'm talking about everyone low down their guard, because it's easy to these people believe in what they want to hear. So when we talk about when United States of America come and say that there probably will be an attack, it's a hard reality. We don't want to accept it, even being true. We praying every day that just saying that it cannot happen, but even being true. But when someone else come and lie to us that everything will be okay, there won't be war, even not being true, we believe in it because we want it. So this is a nice strategy. So Russia used this very well. So as I said before, this is just a point of view. I'm not saying that this is what really happened. This is an opinion. This is a point of view that can match or cannot match with the fact. So this is my opinion about this video called Lie or War Strategy. I hope you give me your opinion in the comment. So see you in the next video. Thank you guys.